One.
Ready.
Just relax and enjoy the ride.
In crowd, 815. In crowd, 815. In crowd, 815. In crowd, 815. 815.
Is this going to work now? Let's find out. Hey, I feel like a pig when I eat 6 string cheese sticks in one sitting, but not 6 fried mozzarella sticks. Happy Father's Day weekend. This is the In Crowd 815 podcast for the, 15th day of June, the year 2024, the latest it has ever been, Tom.
In the history of mankind. In the history of mankind. I think they got it right. Wait. Let me check and make sure. In the history of mankind. I have to script everything. By the way,
got it.
I think I had 6 mozzarella sticks and 6 cheese sticks, or whatever you call them, cheese string sticks yesterday. So I'm a double
Tasty
pig.
stuff. I think I had
Tasty
2.
stuff.
I was at Murphy's this week with Next Rockford, and we had some cheese sticks as a part of our appetizers. Yeah. So, all right, we're rebooting this and see if this works for the second time. Our current race to 10 has Joanne leading by a score of 1-0, and our big number of the week this week is 950 million. Is the answer forward or Ford?
950 million.
Forward or Ford?
Forward.
Those are your guesses. Yeah. So go ahead and put your guess in the comments.
Okay. I am now going to send you my guess.
Okay, there's chat. That seemed to go through. Did it go through, though, a second time? I have no idea. So I'm going to put this back in here again. Technology, so much fun, isn't it? It's so much fun. There we go. All right. So Tom's got his guess in. We've got guests to bring you on this show today, including some stuff from our friends at the Rockford Rivets and Security Pro Intel, SPI. We're going to talk with them in a little bit. But our first guest this week is loves horses. Absolutely loves horses more than you, I, or the person sleeping next to you that's still say, wake up. It's time for the In Crowd podcast. Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning.
How are you this fine day?
I'm great. How are you guys?
We're flexible. We're adaptive.
Adapt and overcome. You got it.
Right. That's right.
Wonderful.
So we're going to be talking about Bravehearts Therapeutic riding today. But before we get into that, let's find out about our guest a little bit. Amanda, tell us about yourself. Where did you grow up, and what career arc landed you at Bravehearts?
So let's see. I grew up in Rockdale, which is a little tiny village out towards Joliet area.
Okay.
Born and raised out there. Graduated high school.
You said the Rockdale Rocks. What's your high school out there?
The high school was Joliet Central, so we were the Steelmen. Giant.
Joliet Central Steelmen. Ooh, that sounds scary. That sounds tough.
You'd have to look it up. There was literally a giant man of steel in the corner of the building.
So it wasn't like a Pittsburgh Steelers logo, or what was the?
No, it's a giant man of steel. Like his head was a big block of steel. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I figured you were
pretty good high school aspects. And then at 17, though, I was trying to figure out what the next step in my life was. Right. So going in early, talking to counselors, trying to figure out, where I could come up with funding and get to college and all that good stuff. And I ended up meeting a girl that was joining the Navy, and took me to her recruiter's office, and I kind of hung out with them a little bit, and she left, and he called me and he's like, "Hey, so I hear you're interested." And I was like, "No, I'm good. I'm putting in all this work, right? Trying to figure out grants and scholarships." And he's like, No, come on, I'll take you to lunch. And long story short, I committed at 17 to join the military. And so graduated and then took my summer vacation and joined the Navy. And I was active duty 2003 to 2008. got married, had a couple kids, and it was 2008. So I decided to get out with a 1-year-old and a six week old. So that was the choice that I made. But I was a corpsman in the Navy, which is the medical side of things. So I got to do a little bit of everything while I was active duty, which was incredible. Definitely a huge advocate for the military, for our young folks, as far as, if you don't necessarily know what direction you want to go and don't necessarily have the means, for college, I think it's a great avenue to teach you a skill and give you the values that you need to, be a valuable member of society, for that matter.
Did you travel the globe? Did you see a lot of cool stuff?
I did not travel quite as much as I would have liked, considering the fact, that I got married and had a couple kids, but I got to do a ton of cool stuff and meet a bunch of great people. And I could never replace the training that I received, right? And those values, that honor, courage, commitment, those core values that are absolutely instilled in me. My work ethic comes definitely from the military. So
Got a lot of my dad served in the Army, and most of my cousins and uncles served in the Navy or the Army. And right now we have our daughter-in-law's sister is in the Navy and stationed in DC. So we're kind of vicariously living a little bit through her and all the cool stuff that she gets to do.
Nice. Very cool. Yeah. I've got a couple of teenage girls that are on the brink. So I'm excited to see where that takes them. So yeah.
Somehow you found yourself though at Bravehearts, and what brought that about?
Yeah. So I thought I would be working in the medical field, right? So I had 17 years in the medical field under my belt. And my position was eliminated where I was at. I ended up taking a job that, great job, but just wasn't for me. And I'm sure, as a lot of people can relate, though, you do what you have to do when you got a family. And, I was still working there. But I got introduced to Bravehearts. I didn't even know it existed. I moved out here in 2012 and lived right down the street. And until I was in the grocery store in McChesney Park, the Myers, one of our instructors, Mr. Bill Mercurio, him and his wife were there, walked up to my ex-husband and said, "Hi, my name's Bill. Are you a vet and do you like horses?" And it was all downhill from there. So that was 2017. He invited us out to a Veterans Day event at the Poplar Grove location. And I quickly learned that as veterans, my ex-husband and I both could ride at no cost, and our family member could ride with us. So our kids were able to come out and our family was able to ride and learn a little bit more about horses and enjoy the camaraderie of being able to do that together. 2021, they offered me a job. So I was out there volunteering and participating, and I worked full time, 3 kids. I would muck stalls from 7 a.m. till noon when I first started out there, which was super therapeutic in my opinion.
Yeah.
So yeah, I started doing that, and then I got a phone call and was like, "Hey, would you ever be interested in a job?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, it's my happy place. Like, I absolutely would." And so that was 2021. So this July will be 3 years that I've been working full time for Bravehearts as the volunteer coordinator.
Nice. But since you grew up in a smaller town out near Joliet, did you ever have any experience with horses before going out to Bravehearts?
So I was that little girl, right? Like 2 years old. My dad put me on a horse. I've got a picture from way back then, right? And I always loved them, but never had the means to own them. I rode a little bit as a kid, just whenever I could, but definitely not anything like I thought I did. I came in honestly, and I was like, "Oh, I don't need anyone to teach me how to ride. Like, I got this. I just want, like, I get to come ride for free." And first time I remember walking in there and I pulled this horse out of a stall and I went, "Okay, maybe I don't know as much as I thought I did." And so, no, I've learned a ton. And that's the great part about Bravehearts is you don't have to have any horse experience whatsoever. And we offer a ton of trainings in order to help you learn a little bit more.
Okay. Well, I personally, I had driven by Bravehearts, a bunch of times. Have you been up and down 173 between, Rockford and Poplar Grove or Edwards, Apple Orchard? So many of us go out to Edwards every fall, right?
For
We've
sure.
driven by the place so many times. and you glance over and you go, oh, that must be a neat place. That looks interesting. But until you go inside, you have no clue.
Absolutely.
Our Keller Williams Red Day Volunteer Day this past May, one of the opportunities we took advantage of that volunteer day was going out to Bravehearts and helping you guys with some projects that you had. And walking into that place was like a revelation. The place is crazy awesome.
It's pretty incredible. Pretty incredible.
It really is. So how long has this been out there, and what's kind of the history of Bravehearts? What is the focus and the mission?
Yeah, so absolutely. So Bravehearts, really the idea of Bravehearts started back in 1999. Our founders, the late Dr. Gunner and his wife, Marge Gunner. And Marge is still, I was just with her yesterday at our Harvard location, but Dr. Gunner was a Korean War veteran and also a cardiologist. And he obviously had a passion for helping other veterans. And Marge herself, unfortunately, was dealing with ovarian cancer and going through treatment for that. But Marge has always been a horse lover and actually boarded her horse right there where our website is shown at what is now our Harvard location. She boarded her horse Max there. And one day after treatment, she told her sister, I just want to go see my horse. And so her sister took her out, and she said she opened up his stall door, and he just reached down with his neck and wrapped his neck around her, and she just sobbed and sobbed and sobbed and sobbed. She goes, but when I left, I felt better. And that's where the idea began. Bravehearts became a therapeutic riding program in 2003 and obtained their non-for-profit status in 2004. We're also PATH accredited, which is the Professional Association of Therapeutic Riding Horsemanship. And so kind of like a joint commission, right? They help us set all our rules and regulations to keep everybody safe. And we just continue to grow each year. And so, we're rolling on 22 years of service. And we obtained what you're referring to there is our Bergman Center or our Poplar Grove location. So Bravehearts does consist of two different farms, only about 20 minutes apart from each other. You can see here our website is extremely helpful as far as navigating through it. So tons of information on here. You guys feel free to get on there and check it out. Our annual report is up at the top as far as all our numbers and stuff from last year in 2023. I guess to give you some of those stats, right? In 2023, we were able to service 1,596 individuals. And that came to about just shy of 15,000 hours of service for those folks. From a volunteer standpoint, I had 494 volunteers give over 25,000 hours of service, which is just absolutely incredible.
Nice.
But the more people learn about what it is we do, the more they. And so we're always looking for new volunteers as far as that goes. Whether it's a group, right? Like you were saying, Keller Williams came out, which was incredible, and come out for a day and spend the day and help us on a big project. Or I have folks that come in, an hour every day or 2 hours once a week. Or there's really no restrictions on the amount of time that you can come out. We appreciate any little bit of time somebody can give, being that we're a non-for-profit organization.
And now I saw something on here that there's the contact information and stuff. I just put the link in the chat there, so everyone can go right to this website and take a look at it themselves. Veterans Therapeutic Riding Outpatient Clinic. You might get? I'm just assuming here. I'm guessing that
Sure.
Most of what people talk about when they talk about Bravehearts is the work that you do with veterans, but you're seeing kids with special needs on a daily basis, right? And stuff like that.
For sure. So we are the nation's largest equine therapy program for veterans. We definitely are catalyst in our environment and for what we do. All of our services are at no cost to our veterans. So like I mentioned, a veteran and even a family member could come with them, and they can ride up to twice a week. They're 1 hour lessons that are led by an instructor, but we also have hippotherapy. Hippotherapy consists of speech therapy, occupational therapy, and PT. which is all done on horseback. We also have a full clinic that we could utilize for off horse therapy as well. But right, the majority of people are coming because of the horses, and so we're not teaching those individuals the skill of horseback riding, but we're utilizing the movement of the horse to help build, core strength, motor skills, cognitive, all of that is incorporated with it. And so, yeah, we have those lessons run 5 days a week at both, at our Poplar Grove farm. Therapeutic riding on top of that. So those are individuals with all kinds of different diagnoses. It could be anything, from low back pain or knee pain to anxiety, depression, MS, Down syndrome. Really, the possibilities of that are endless. And we're teaching those individuals the skill of horseback riding, which requires a lot of volunteer support when they first start. And to keep 2 farms running 6 days a week, year round. They've got sessions right now. Our women's drill team, which I'm a member of, they're out there riding right now at our Poplar Grove farm. So we stay very busy.
It's such a cool outfit that you've got going out there. And I guess when people think about therapeutic type stuff, we hear about therapy dogs and companion dogs and how intuitive dogs can be to our ailments and our feelings and emotions and stuff. But I don't know that most people can think about that same thing with horses, and yet they're kind of like dogs in that they kind of feel our pain a little bit, it seems.
Absolutely. Yeah. I do a lot of trainings out there and I tell them, I'm like, okay, these aren't dogs, right? They're 1,200-pound animals, but
Yeah.
a lot of the similarities that you're referring to, absolutely, Greg, in the sense of horses can feel your emotions, right? They've got about a 15-foot bubble. And so when you get inside that bubble, they can feel your heart rate and they'll actually try to match their heart rate to yours. And so if you're feeling anxious or scared, they're going to feel that. And then they actually portray that in their body language. And we use that a lot as well on top of that. So we have another therapy that we offer. It's called EAP, or equine assisted psychotherapy. And so we have an entire team of mental health professionals that come out and do a whole day of therapy with individuals. And that's exactly what they're doing, is they're getting people in there, and it's all unmounted, so on the ground, but they're utilizing those horses to help people realize how they're feeling, right? They know how we're feeling before we even know it. From a veteran standpoint, I get asked a lot when different organizations come out, like, how do horses help you? Well, for me, right, my anxiety was always something that I found challenging, and they keep me present and in the moment, like right here, right now. I can't be thinking about the 10 other things, right? Like the to-do list at home and, what a grocery store and the kids and this and that, and, just the everything day to day. I have to be right here, right now, and pay attention to what I'm doing if I want to actually get the results that I'm looking for with a horse.
Right. Well, I'm looking on your Facebook page right now, see if this will allow me to bring this up. It looks like you have some events coming up here, new volunteer orientations in July. So if people want to plug in, they can check out a new volunteer orientation here July 10th. That's a Wednesday evening.
Yep, absolutely. I do those once a month. So that's the next one.
And as you mentioned, the volunteering, it's not just about caring directly for the horses. There's the facility itself needs care too. So there's a lot of different things that needs to be done, right?
Absolutely. I get a good mix every month when I hold these volunteer orientations, and some people absolutely want nothing to do with the horses, and that's okay. That's absolutely okay. Like I said, we are a non-for-profit organization, and so maintaining 2 facilities, right? We have people that come in and just do facility support, so helping with sweeping and dusting and mopping. I have individuals, right, that maybe don't ambulate well, but still want to be a part of that. So I've got people that we can bring in, and we'll teach them how to do something where they can sit, and help us clean tack, with 53 equines between 2 farms. There's a lot of tack to keep clean. We've got 11 different training levels too on our flow chart. So our flow chart's very progressive, and it just depends on what you want to get out of it. the sky's the limit as far as I'm concerned. I use the term all the time, closed mouths don't get fed. So if there's something you want, you let me know, and it's my job to help you get there through our training program. But no, there's opportunities for everybody. You've got a special skill set, right? Maybe, we've got photographers, right, that come out and want to offer their services with that, or, electricians or contractors, or, any of that good stuff like that. Anything you guys are willing to donate your time for, we greatly appreciate.
Nice.
So
Well,
can you
it's
hear
a
me, or
really
am I way
amazing.
behind? I'm way
You're not
behind.
too bad.
Can you, okay.
Yeah.
I have to ask, what is tack?
Sorry.
Tack. What is tack?
So, saddles and
Or
bridles.
do
So
I
the-
not want to know?
No, you're good. The equipment that we use for the horses to ride them. So the
Okay.
saddles and stuff that we
Okay,
bridles.
because I figured out that muck was something that lands on the floor that you have to clean up. Yeah. So
Yes, you're correct. Muck
get
would
my
be
knowledge
manure.
down here. Yeah.
You got
Yeah, there we go.
you're on track.
Well, again, we've got the links in the chat today, so it's very easy to
Let
just
me-
click
let
on
me
those,
just-
go to the Facebook
Let me
page,
just say
website.
one thing. God bless you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate
I'm
that.
sorry.
Absolutely,
What's going on with this? Maybe it'll pick up in a little bit. But God bless you for you, because I love horses. I think everybody loves horses. We just stand a whole lot about them. They're majestic. They are smart. They are lovable. And your story about the older lady who, the founder, maybe, with a horse wrapped himself around her neck, it brought chills up my spine. That stuff gets me. And it brings thinking that anybody who ever mistreats an animal, this is the no-brainer of the day. Anybody who mistreats to jail, and I mean that. I'm so sick and tired of animal abuse, animal cruelty. Those are the stories that people don't understand, how important animals are and how much they have feelings as well. So I'm off my soapbox now.
No, you're good, Tom. I absolutely agree with you. So you come out to the farm, right? And you could talk to any one of our veterans that are out there, and they will absolutely have their own story. But these horses save lives, hands down, absolutely save lives. It's pretty incredible, right? I mean, yes, I work there, right? And we're sitting here talking about promoting it, but I absolutely am truly blessed to have the job that I have and to be part of this organization.
Yeah.
And that's wholehearted. There's no gimmick with that whatsoever.
Yeah.
So,
And with over 50 horses to care for, each horse has its own little story. So there's a lot going on out there. If you want to plug in, please click on the link and get more information. Plug into one of those new volunteer orientations that are coming up, and see that all that's going on at Bravehearts. Before we transition into trivia and our next couple of guests, Amanda, is there anything else we didn't ask you this morning that you wanted to make sure we touched on before we go to the next thing?
I don't think so. I think we covered it all. Feel free, you guys, if you get on the website and look under the volunteer aspect, feel free to shoot me an email. I'd be happy to meet with you. Give you a tour or anything like that. Answer any questions that you have. But I appreciate the opportunity to come onto this platform and get a little more about Bravehearts out there to everybody else. The only other thing I would maybe mention would be check out the link on there about Trail to Zero. Trail to Zero is a mission that we started in 2017. So statistically, 20 vets a day take their own lives to suicide. And that is a pandemic that we're not okay with. And so we ride through select cities on horseback, raising awareness against ending veteran suicide. Last year, we actually went international. This time last year, we were in France. So we got to ride on Normandy, Utah Beach, and through the city of Deauville right before D-Day. So pretty incredible. And just trying to reach one veteran at a time, one veteran family member that might be struggling. So definitely check out the portion of our website that talks about Trail to Zero.
All right. I'm going to make sure I bring that up here real quick here so people can see what she's talking about. When you go to the website, you're going to see a link to go to check out Trail to Zero, Ride to End Veteran Suicide. And that's part of the website there.
Yep.
Braveheartsriding.org.
Yep. You can see we ride with the mounted units in the area. So I've had the honor of riding through New York City a couple different times. Like they shut down Times Square for us. It's pretty incredible. So
Nice.
check it out. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to bring on our other guests. Stay where you are, Amanda. We're going to play with the screen here in just a little bit. We've got Juan from Security Pro Intel. Good morning, Juan.
Hi there, Greg. How are you?
Good to have you here. I know Dad's busy today, so glad you're filling in to be the better looking one of the two. What? Don't tell
I
myself.
appreciate that. Thank you.
And we've got Hanna from the Rockford Rivets. Good morning, Hanna.
Good morning. It's good to be on here again. Good morning, everyone.
You got it. Tom's got some trivia for us before we transition into all things in-crowd networking group here for the month of June. So, Tom, put us to the test here. We got Tom's triple trivia. What do you got?
All right. Here's the rule. First of all, there is a delay. I apologize for that. I don't know what's going on with this stupid computer. Gregors, you're not allowed unless everybody else has had a chance and they miss it. Okay. All right. Round number one. Think these through. This is a movie question. Question number one. It's not round one. It's question one. Question one. What movie used the tagline "Collide with Destiny"? Once again, what movie used this tagline, "Collide with Destiny"?
I don't even know if I have a guess for that one.
I feel like I don't watch enough movies.
Yeah, same, honestly.
I'm guessing it wasn't a comedy. It wasn't a rom-com if it's Collide with Destiny. Or maybe it could have been a rom-com. I don't know.
Well, they could have had like a crash in the middle of Central, and
right?
Who knows?
Was it an action flick movie or a rom-com? What was it?
Oh, no,
comedy?
Kids. Come on, you know better.
No, I'm stumped.
All right, it was not a comedy. It's a comedy. All right. Whenever you're ready to give up, I'll let you know what it is.
I give up.
Yep, same.
Yeah.
Think about a glacier.
A glacier.
Oh, Titanic.
Collide with a glacier. Yeah, with Destiny. Titanic. That was their tagline.
Right. There's
Collide with Destiny. All right.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I got a hockey question, but it's a multiple guess, so no worries here. All right. The Edmonton Oilers are about to be dispatched by the Florida Panthers in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Currently, it's 3-0 Florida. The Stanley Cup playoffs championship. When was the last time a team from Canada won the Stanley Cup? Was it 1992, 2002, or 2012? Once again, the Edmonton Oilers are about to be dispatched. They could come back and win it 4-3. Who knows? But I don't think so. In the Stanley Cup playoffs championship, when was the last time a team from Canada won the Stanley Cup? Was it 1992, 2002, or 2012?
It wasn't
total guess unless you're a real hockey fan.
Definitely was
It was
not.
longer than that. It's one of the first two, but I'm not sure which.
I'm guessing 2002.
I was guessing 92.
Anybody else? Amanda, what about you?
92. We'll go with 92.
The 92s have us. Yep, 92. 92. That's crazy. There are only 7 Canadian teams in the NHL, and I want to say there's 28 or 29 teams total. So 21, 22 are from the United States. So it's not as crazy as it sounds. Hey, the Cubs win 108 years before winning a championship, right? All right, here we go. This is my favorite question of the day. On a very famous SNL skit, Saturday Night Live skit, this icon was noted for saying, "We need more cowbell." Who was it?
Yes.
Once again, on a very famous SNL skit, this iconic actor was noted for saying, "We need more cowbell." Who was it?
I want to tell you all that I'm famous for a lot of other things, but that why you got to focus on that?
Pretty
only?
Good.
I mean,
that's pretty good actually. We need more cowbell.
But I need.
That was the famous pun where Will Ferrell he's got the cowbell and he's just banging on it, and the guy is trying to play the song. And he said, "Stop! What are you doing?"
Sticking out, so attractive.
Oh my God, that was awful. Anybody have a guess other than Gregor's? I know.
I remember seeing it a couple times a long time ago, but the name is escaping me.
Yep, same.
Greg, do your impression
Yeah.
one more time.
My initials are CW. I got a W. It starts my last name.
That's very good.
No.
All
No
right,
idea.
you ready? Gregor's, who is it?
I don't know what my family and friends call me anymore, but people know me as Christopher Walken.
That's right.
There you go.
Oh,
Christopher Walken.
Maybe I'm crazy, I don't know.
Pretty good impression.
All right. That was a very good impression. Okay, so here's the deal on this. Don't walk away going, oh, God, man. Because when you're first time playing trivia and then you get it thrown at you from left field, it's like your brain's not working properly. Amanda, if I were to ask you a horse question, you'd nail it right away. You guys, if I ask you a question about SPI or security or whatever it is, you'd nail it right away. So it's all in your wheelhouse. Greg and I do this
And
every
we
week.
couldn't
I
have asked
do
the
it.
baseball question because Hanna would know all of them. So
Yeah,
it would just
seriously, come
be
on.
completely unfair.
Really? Good to know. Good to know. All right. When was the last
Amanda,
time the Cubs
look
won
forward
the
to connecting
World
with you
Series?
again down the line, okay? Thanks for carving out time for us this morning, and we'll be sure to keep in touch.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
You got it. You got it. There goes Amanda from Bravehearts, and we really appreciate all of her time and efforts out there at the Poplar Grove and Harvard location of Bravehearts Therapeutic Riding. And let's see what the screen looks like now this way. How about this? Restream's done some fun little updates lately, so I've got some new options going on here, and we're learning technology. As thankfully it's quite intuitive. It's fairly easy to pick up. But anytime there's something new, you go, okay, now where's the familiar button that I'm always going to? We've got a lot of fun planned for our June In-Crowd 815 networking group. And for those who are uninitiated, the In-Crowd 815 networking group meets 11 times a year. We take off the month of November for Thanksgiving because we're normally meeting the last Thursday of every month. But January through October, last Thursday of the month, and then first week of December, we do a big fundraising event. And this year's June event is out at your place, Hanna. We get to hang out at Rivets Stadium. Thank you for allowing us to take over your park there a little bit.
Yeah, of course. We're happy to have you guys. We love doing these kind of events. We did our first real test run on an event like this earlier this year with the Chamber. So they absolutely loved it. It went very smooth. Everyone loved it. Why not do it again, essentially? And In-Crowd is the perfect group to do that with. So we're very excited to have you guys out there
Doing
again.
the same thing in a way because there will be a game being played the night of this event, but it's not going to be the Rivets game. Maybe we should explain that real quick before people, so people know what's going on that night.
Yeah. So our owners also own a travel baseball academy, and they like to use our stadium sometimes to host tournaments. So they're going to be hosting tournaments that entire Saturday. I think there's going to be like 8 games throughout the day. Like, it's gonna be awesome. But where you guys will be located for that networking event is gonna be in the right field patio. The right field party porch is what I call it, because that's where all the people go to party. So we're gonna have great food, cold drinks, and then obviously some really good travel baseball going on in the background too. So it'll be a lot of fun.
And the way this all came about, and Juan knows a little bit about this backstory, but mostly it's Juan's dad, Juan Sr., who's handling most of the duties at Security Pro Intel and putting this whole thing together. We've had the In-Crowd networking group at Juan's place before in his office, which it's a decent sized office, but as the group's grown, it's a little bit small for the size of group we expect, especially for an event like this. So Juan's like, hey, let's find a cool place to do this. And what's your background, Juan? Are you into baseball at all? Is this something that interests you, or you're like, whatever?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Baseball is America's pastime, so of course, we got to support. But I never personally grew up doing baseball. I was a football and wrestler at Rockford Guilford High School, and so, but I was always fascinated. I had a bunch of friends that did baseball, and my nephews played baseball since they could walk. So I'm a great uncle that likes to support family and friends when they come to do that.
That's awesome. I know Tom and I played a little bit of baseball back. Tom still plays some softball these days.
I'm pitching every Monday night out at SportsCore. Yeah.
You're better than me. The last time I played, I hurt myself, so I'm not sure I'm excited about playing actual games of baseball anymore.
Oh, believe me, every Tuesday morning I wake up like I just got hit by a bus, but it's well worth it. I soak a hot tub thing, and I soak in that for a good half hour, and I'm good to go until next Monday. So, no, that's something I wanted to do.
Nice.
Just a quick backstory. I play with my son. He's our shortstop. I'm the pitcher, and we go out to the Spring Garden restaurant every Monday night when we're done, and we just sit there and talk ball and kids and grandkids, and I love all my kids, all three of them. But my son and I have this bond like you wouldn't believe. So that's what's so beautiful about it. I'm sorry. Back to the program here.
And that sums it up right there. We all have our things, our pastimes, and hobbies and whatnot that we connect over. And in my house, it's mostly these days. It's mostly Starlight Theater. All the stuff we're doing out at Rock Valley College and Starlight Theater. But sports was a part of that for a time as well. And the Rivets have some really good stuff going on, Hanna. And you've plugged into an organization that doesn't just talk a nice talk. They're walking an awesome walk. You got a great boss.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Steve and then our owners, Todd and David, they make me love going into the office that much more. I obviously love going into my office because who wouldn't love their office in a baseball stadium? Not many people, I don't think, would not like that. Yeah. But having such wonderful people to work for, and then they recognize my hard work that I'm putting in the long hours that I put in on a game day, they understand, like, I'm putting in so much work, and they recognize that and appreciate me, and they show that they appreciate me too. With job security, first of all, which is great. But also just giving me just like words of encouragement and showing me how to do different things around the ballpark too. Like, I like to call myself the jack of all trades. First homestand we had, someone in our media team wasn't there, so I was doing graphics for the Northwoods League Plus stream. After last season, I was doing some stadium operations. Like, I'm learning. I do ticket sales, I do community fairs and promotions, which you guys know about. But yeah, I kind of do a little bit of everything there, but it's fun. I genuinely love my job there.
Well, they seem to get the idea that minor league baseball needs to be something more than just the game on the field, and they're doing it. They're doing it. Fun stuff, fun promotions, and a lot of things going on, and stuff like having us out there on a day when the Rivets are out of town, but we get to still have some fun in the stadium with the inflatables and stuff. This is another thing I gotta heap praise on Juan for, and Juan and his dad, because again, when we pitched this idea, the idea was, maybe our in crowd could take things up a notch once in a while and do things that are not just the professional networking, but this is going to be a family networking night. Kids are welcome to come. The spouses of the members are welcome to come, and it's a completely free event. So come on out for some free food and drinks and hang out for a couple hours. We obviously can't control the weather.
Yep.
So we hope that we have as great a weather as we've had here the last couple of days. In case of rain, we do have an indoor option. It's just not a huge indoor option. So we'll play that by ear and let people know on Facebook and such what's going on as far as the plans go day of event.
Yeah, but, absolutely.
This is a lot of fun. And Juan, I know you were at the last time we were in your office.
Yes.
And so in crowd, for those who don't know what Security Pro Intel is all about, tell us about what your company does.
So we are an unarmed and armed uniform security service that we provide a wide range of security services in all the federal, state, and the private sector.
Okay. I know I've heard some stories of different celebrities you guys have worked for and different events you guys have worked for. It's not just celebrities, it's all kinds of different things.
Absolutely. From all walks of the world.
Do you have any little, without maybe naming names or it's fun to name drop when you can, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, the last famous person that we helped out with security was actually at the ABC Stadium in Beloit. It was actually Fluffy himself.
Fluffy.
Yeah, so we got to meet him. We got to, be a part of his entourage and
Ugh.
everything, make sure everything was great. But he's an amazing guy. His best friend Martin, everybody knows
Yes.
about him too. It was fantastic. It was a great time, and everything went perfect.
Martin. How do you fit in that thing? Yeah, Gabriel Iglesias is hilarious. He's awesome. So,
Yes.
well, if you don't mind, protect me on the 27th. I'll be the celebrity for the night.
You'll have me there personally. Don't worry.
Now, because there's going to be an event going on besides our event, we had talked, Hanna, about having like a side entrance so that our in-crowd folks, is that still going to be okay to do?
Yeah, absolutely. I talked with Steve about it this past week. We've had a really busy couple of weeks. We've had about a third of our season in just the past 2.5, 3 weeks. So it's been busy. But I did talk to him about that. He told me do whatever to make you guys happy and to make sure that the event runs smooth. We are more than happy to do that for you guys. So the entrance is going to be right next to where our kid zone is. So it's not going to be through the main gate, but we can put some signs out and stuff like that to kind of guide people.
The number one reason I asked that is I've got an announcement to make today that you don't know about yet. This is going to be fun. This is going to be great. People coming out to Rivets Stadium on June 27th, that Thursday night, they're going to easily find the in-crowd entrance because our friends from Nick Wish are bringing their genie.
Perfect.
Wow.
The genie lamp will be in the parking lot right by the entrance where we're going in as in-crowd folks. So
perfect.
I just learned this yesterday that they were going to be able to make it out there. I think they call the genie lamp Jody. They got a name for it. I think it's called Genie Lamp Jody, if I remember right. Named after somebody special. And so our friends from Nick's Wish will also be out there that night. And a big thanks also to Mactown Construction for helping to make all this happen and make it absolutely free for our members and folks. And for those who wonder, how do you become a member of In Crowd 815? Basically, we are a non-membership group. So when you join, you're really not a member. I mean, you're joining our In Crowd 815 networking group Facebook page, and by answering the questions honestly and telling us that you actually live and do business in the 815, and you're agreeing to bring smiles and business cards to our meetings. That's all we really ask. Bring smiles and business cards to meetings so that you get a chance to do some networking with folks that are doing business locally and find out what's going on. Just be informed. It's something that we say all the time that thank you, John, that's what it was. I couldn't remember. Jody is Nick's grandma. That's what it's named after. So yeah, the Genie Lamp Jody will be out at Rivets Stadium on the 27th. So come on out, meet some great other local professionals. We do business with people that we like, know, and trust. And how do you like, know, and trust somebody? You break bread with them a little bit, and you talk baseball, and you talk kids, and it's something that we all get to do now on the 27th. So,
all right, I have a couple of quick questions before we go.
Go for it, Tom.
One is for Juan. Are we ever Thursday night? The new CBS drama, SPI Rockford. Wouldn't that be cool?
I would love for that to happen. If you can help me, get in the connection going, I would be there. Absolutely.
Well, the guy in my upper right-hand corner, that's your connection right there. We'll get it done, Gregors. We'll get it done. All right, second question for you, Hanna. It is a baseball question. I feel bad I didn't have one for you. You ready?
No, you're good.
Uh-oh. Frozen.
Okay, let's go for it.
Screen? Uh-oh. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah,
all right. Two teams in Major League Baseball have three-peated. A few teams, one team, 4 or 5, whatever, is since the 1970s. Who was the most recent to do it?
Oh, goodness.
You three-peat World Series winners?
Mm-hmm.
And I will say this: they won. They won. Yeah.
3 out of 4.
Throw out the most obvious choice. Yeah.
So you're saying it's not the Yankees?
No. I didn't mean throw them out like throw them out. Just throw that one out there. From 98 to 2000, and then again, they lost in 2001. And they won it again. 2002, I guess.
See, that's before my time. But
I
my
know.
guess, yeah. My guess would probably be. I'm gonna throw it out there. The Yankees.
The
but I'm
Yankees
guessing
is
it's not
correct.
them.
Yankees is correct.
Oh my gosh, great.
Yes, under Joe Torre, they won 98, 99, 2000, then they lost 2001 to the Arizona Diamondbacks, and then I believe they won again in 2002, or they had won in 96. Maybe that's what it was. I think that's might have been what it was.
Mariano Rivera, he was amazing.
Mm-hmm. But ironically, he's the one that served up the little blooper to Luis Gonzalez that allowed Arizona to win. So anyway, great job.
Thank you.
Rare flub right there. Well, we're excited for our June events again. June 27th out at Rivets Stadium, the In-Crowd 815 networking group. This one sponsored by Security Pro Intel and Mactown Construction. Bring the kids. We're gonna have inflatables up, and we'll have food and beverages for you to hang out for a couple hours. 5:30 to 7:30. We might go a little longer than 7:30. With the game that you have on the field, Hanna, it sounds like it might be expected to go till 8-ish or something like that.
Yeah, at about 8 or a little bit after 8. So
okay. Okay, so come on out, bring the kids, bring the whole family for this might be our first ever full family networking event for In-Crowd 815, and we'll see how it goes. We may never do this again. Or this might become an annual thing. We just don't know. We're trying some new stuff this year with In-Crowd and seeing, it's kind of like throwing spaghetti on the wall and seeing what sticks, but I think we're doing better than that. So we'll be the judge of that together and see how it all goes. So anything else you'd like to add, Juan, with you before we let you go this morning that I didn't ask you about that you want to make sure we touch on?
No, sir. Not anything on top of my head.
Any other special events you guys got coming up this summer that we might see an SPI logo on?
We have a full slew of events that we are going to be doing security for, and events that we could probably host ourselves. So we'll definitely be in touch when it comes to that. We like to be a community, and we love everybody to have a good time and happy faces. So we do our best to be a part of the group.
I know your dad mentions about an outfit out of Green Bay that was wanting to hire you guys, and he didn't think it was going to happen, and it looked like it might have come together.
We're just waiting on the finalization of that clientele. It's the Green Bay City Hall, so they actually approved. So we'll be there. Yep, there you go.
Please protect Jordan Love from injury, please.
Absolutely.
Hanna, I know you've got a slew of special things going on at Rivets Stadium, not just our group, but there's so many things that you can't plug them all. What's the next big thing on your plate that you'd like everyone to come out for?
We got a Father's Day special coming up on tomorrow. Goodness, I don't even know what day it is anymore, really. But we have a great Father's Day special for tomorrow. For $15, dads get a seat, a beer, a brat, a pretzel, pregame catch ceremony on the field with their kiddos. And then we're doing like an honorary or just like a round of applause and a recognition for all of the fathers that will be in attendance for tomorrow. Our next big day is probably going to be the 4th of July. We are definitely plugging that very hard. We're getting double the amount of fireworks that we usually do, and our fireworks show is great already.
You already do a big show. You're doing a double. Hello.
Yeah, we're doing a double show now. We just have we have a couple other drink specials that are going to be going on that night too. And then we have our Rockford Peaches night and the Screw City Sock Monkeys as well. Those are our 2 rebrands for the year. The Rockford Peaches are going to be June 29th and August 3rd. Both those are Saturdays. And then the Sock Monkeys will be July 20th and then July 27th. And then also those are also Saturdays. So fireworks after all 4 of those. July 27th, we're doing a online jersey auction for the Screw City Sock Monkey jerseys. I promise we're going to be cleaning them before we give them to whoever wins them, because
Game worn. I want the game worn smell on my jersey.
No, walking into that clubhouse,
Yeah, come on now.
it's stinky. I don't want that in my closet.
Here, this is authentic.
We have a lot
Smell
of really
it.
great
Come
events.
on now.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's authentic. All right.
So for tomorrow, for Father's Day,
Yeah.
there's walk-up tickets available. You can walk
Yep.
up and buy tickets.
Mm-hmm.
What time is that game
Our
again?
box office is. That game starts at 1:35 tomorrow. Our gates are going to open at 12:30. Our box office is probably going to open at 12. So make sure you're there. We're going to have a great time tomorrow. And honoring all of our dads
Awesome.
tomorrow. So it'll be a fun time there.
Very nice. Well, best to you guys, and looking forward to seeing you all on June 27th.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks, Juan. Thanks, Hanna. Have yourself an awesome
Great
weekend.
job.
Father's Day weekend out at Rivets Stadium. Going to be the place to be. 12:30.
I may-
1:35 first.
Well, I
pitch.
may do that. My wife asked me, "What do you want to do for Father's Day?" I'm like, I don't know. Let's go to a Rivets game. I just came up with
Go to
that
a Rivets
answer now. I'm
Good
thinking
morning,
I may do
Joanne.
That is so cool. Morning, Joanne.
Hello. You're running late for me.
We are. We had two great guests
I
on,
know.
and we had to reboot the beginning of the show. I don't know if you caught that, but
That's
we had
all
a
right.
little technical snafu.
We're gonna extend
I
the
have
show to
fun.
9:30, so you have more time.
Oh, I have Fluffer here.
Fluffer. Aw. Look at how cute that little Fluffer is.
What?
A lot of whiskers on that Fluffer. Hello.
Oh
4
wow.
months old.
Oh, you're adorable. He almost looks like an Airedale.
I said the same thing. They are just saying terrier mix.
Okay.
He was
Wow.
found as a stray. She
Really?
was found as a stray with
He was
running
found
with her brother. But
Okay.
a different rescue took her brother
So
for 2.
this is a new one that might not be ready for adopting yet.
She could be, but we noticed her spay isn't looking real good, so we might hold her off for a week to make sure her spay heals correctly. She was
Okay.
just recently spayed, and her spay has some staples in it.
Smart.
Because
Yeah.
she
Smart move.
probably- She probably opened it because she's like, "Oh, what is this on my tummy?" I think
Oh,
I better open.
She's gonna end up with the lampshade, isn't she?
Yeah, the cone of shame.
Cone of
Cone of
shame.
shame.
There you go.
Well, before we get to all things pause, I know we've got you guys have an event next week that we want to make sure I talk about and plug again for the No
What do you
Fleas.
want to talk about when Joanne gets crazy at the Screw City Tavern?
Did you go to the Screw City Block Party?
No. Or
Yeah, sure.
or for the flea market the next day.
Yes. We're a week
So-
away.
Weekend is an exciting weekend for Paws.
Sure is. Pause Humane Society No Fleas Market is a week
And
from
I
today.
don't know. I said, why couldn't men go? But it says ladies' night.
Well, we'll see how that goes, I guess.
I will check and do a roll call and see if there's any men besides the dancers. And make sure you have lots of dollars when you
Okay.
come.
Well-
You don't want to tuck 20s in their pants.
I got a bunch of shout outs because this was a crazy busy week. So I'll run through these real quick. I want to thank John Berlin for inviting me to come out and golf with him last Monday at the Coach Gary Lewis Golf Day fundraiser at Forest Hills Country Club. Really great turnout. Some players from Hanna and Belvedere North were given scholarships. I believe that money was from last year's fundraiser event. So this year's fundraiser event, probably funding next year's scholarships, if I got that correctly. But really cool to see what Coach Gary Lewis fundraiser does every year in honor of the late, great Coach Gary Lewis. I want to give a shout out to Solti's Dentistry for cleaning my teeth and for sponsoring Starlight Theater the way that they do every season. Our show, Legally Blonde, back on the stage July 10th through the 14th. Right now, Guys and Dolls have 2 shows today, a 2 o'clock matinee and an 8 o'clock evening show. And this cast with Guys and Dolls, have either of you ever seen the musical Guys and Dolls?
I have not.
I don't recall.
That was a Frank Sinatra movie, right?
This is the talent on the stage this year for Guys and Dolls is just crazy awesome. A couple of our friends are just nailing their lead roles. Shout out to Ben and to Maggie, who Maggie plays Adelaide, and she's got some awesome solos and some great parts that just, I'm like, wow, this girl can sing. A lot of the story of Guys and Dolls is told through dance. It's not just dialogue. And so there's a lot of choreography in this show, great lighting, super staging. Get out and see it today if you can. Next week, The Color Purple is on the stage, and the week after that, it's Newsies. And then all 4 shows start all over again with Legally Blonde kicking off July 10th. So Starlight Theater big season is rolling along. For Sold on Tony, Keller Williams Realty Signature, I want to give a shout out and congratulations to the Patton family and the Wilson families for closing on their new Rockford houses this week. Something that'll never happen again in my career happened this week. Both of these families moved here from out of state from K-States, one from Kentucky and one from Kansas, and closed on the same morning within an hour of each other.
Wow.
It didn't really dawn on me until I was going through it. I was like, wait a minute. Both of it's unique enough that I had 2 closings back to back from people moving here from out of state. And the fact that both of them came from states that started with the letter K was like, that's funny. That's just funny. Shout out to Next Rockford. We had a meeting at Murphy's Pub and Grill up on Perryville this last week. Ernie putting together another great meeting with Next Rockford, and Linked Lunch. This last Friday, Roseanne Oppman was our presenter. Thanks, Roseanne, for presenting. Now, our next Linked Lunch, the second Friday of July, we'll have Linda Parsons presenting. So come on out and join us for a free meeting. And if you want to order lunch from Machine Shed, you're welcome to do that. 11:30 to 1, second Friday of every month. And my last shout out goes to the Ski Bronx. Last night, they needed a guest announcer. So somebody went back out there after 10 years to give it a shot.
Yeah, when they called me, I says, call Greg. I can't do it. So.
I can't do it. I've got to do it.
Yeah.
I was very lucky to be available last night. So I got to go out there, and instead of doing their regular show, a lot of their skiers were at another competition, at the Lakes competition in Indiana. So last night's show was a special exhibition with members of the Rock Aqua Jays from Janesville.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, it was really special to be a part of the collaborative effort. The Rock Aqua Jays had one of their boats in the water and a handful of their skiers, and in conjunction with the Ski Bronx, put on a nice little exhibition for a great crowd. The weather was perfect last night for being in the crowd and watching a ski show. The river was a little bit choppy, a little bit rough, but the skiers did their best to make it happen and pulled off most of their tricks. So Ski Bronx free shows at Shorewood Park are every Wednesday and Friday night all summer at 7 p.m. So
did you see my buddy Jason Lang there last night from the Rock Aqua Jays?
He got there late. He had to work. He pulled a 12-hour shift yesterday. So by the time he got there, the actual show, the exhibition was done. But he was out there at the park last night. So those are my shout outs for the week. And I'm looking for. I wanted to bring up this whole picture of the on the screen for the no fleas market, but it's not coming up like I want it to. Saturday, June 22nd, 10 to 2 at Pause. Cherryville Mall Drive. It's the No Fleas Market. All kinds of vendors, about 14 or 15 vendors. And the shelter will be open.
Yeah. And we will also have, I don't know if it says in the flyer, that any adoptable dogs will be on the site for meet and greets. So if you're looking to Fluffy, are you coming? Fluffy's
Supplies, dog beds, collars, leashes, crates, toys, all that will be there.
Yeah. So, and I mean, the shelter will be open too. So if you want to come check out the shelter and see the hungover volunteers.
Wow.
Joanne's just counting on that party to be off the chain.
Well, the party is late.
Do you have a designated driver?
When I mentioned to my daughter that it was 9:30, 11:30, she said, "In the morning?" And I said, "No, not in the morning, in the evening." Because we usually, I'm not a big drinker, but they claim at Furball I danced on the stage. But I do not remember then. They said, "See, you were drunk."
Wow.
That must have been years ago because I don't remember it either, Joanne.
We're seeing a different side of Joanne this morning.
What?
We're seeing a different side of you this morning. I can't
No,
wait
they
till the
said
video
when
footage comes out.
Eric and I were dancing on the stage, but I don't remember that.
Okay.
Well,
And there's no video to prove it, so.
So it didn't.
So you think?
Well, I haven't seen a video, so.
Awesome. Well, the No Fleas Flea Market is going to be a good thing next Saturday. And I imagine when we have our show live next Saturday during the morning,
It might be a busy place.
it might be a busier place over there. Yeah, at Pause. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun.
Always.
All right. Any other shout outs? Let's not do a tour this week since we kind of ran long, but any other shout outs or trivia that we want to do with Tom?
I don't have any shout outs.
All right.
Go right to trivia.
Right to trivia, Tom. One last round for
my people are on vacation, so I brought my own trophy.
Oh, yeah. Where is my trophy's over there on the shelf? You're gonna have okay. Well, that means you think you're gonna win.
Greg brought his own too.
Traffic cone.
That's all right. That's all right.
Best never rest, but I scratch out the word never because the best actually do rest.
That doesn't look like
trophy.
Okay.
Nice.
My trophy is the best dog foster in the world.
Oh, I like it. That's cool. So here's your trophy that you're vying for today. It doubles as a disco ball. Wow, that's bright and shiny. Okay, put this thing over here. Get rid of that. All right, here we go.
My team's on vacation, so I'm doing this alone today.
I got a chance then. Good.
Wow. Oh. All right, here we go. Question periodic table. The periodic table symbol for iron. Once again, what is the periodic table symbol for iron?
I'm going to say Fe.
Fe or Fu? F.
Really?
I'm going to go with FR. FR.
How about
yes,
FE?
I said
That's the winner. Fe.
All right.
Joanne gets the point.
Yay.
All right. Now, here's one. I'm going to give you a plus or minus of 5. How many countries are there in the world? You have a plus or minus of 5, up or down. And I probably should have given you multiple guess, but that's all right.
No, that's okay. I'm going to guess 264.
Joanne, what do you say?
I really have no idea. I'm going to say 325.
It is 195. So 190 or 200 would have been acceptable.
All right.
All right. And then the last is probably something everyone knows, but if you're going to take a chance on it, it's your Rockford trivia. How did Rockford get its name?
We had this before.
I don't know. Have we?
Yes.
Yeah, the Rocky Ford.
Yeah.
Where
It was supposed to be Midway because it was midway between Chicago and Grenada.
Well, it was Midway for a number of years.
first.
And then they
When
changed it to
got
Rockford.
they said, "Oh my goodness, this is a Rocky Ford."
Yeah,
so
there you go.
Rocky
Okay,
Ford,
fine.
the horse-drawn wagons could cross easily there, just south of Davis Park, I believe.
Yeah. That's right. All right, fine. So,
We've been in Rockford long enough. We've heard that before.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't remember. It's been a while since we've been doing this. So,
all right, we got a big number to do. Let's try. Our current race to 10 has Joanne in the lead by a score of 1-0. This week's big number of the week is 950 million. 950 million, and the answer is forward or Ford. Forward or Ford, and Tom sent me his guess. So your guess in 3, 2, 1, go, Joanne.
I'm gonna go with the Rocky Ford.
You're gonna go with the Rocky Ford. Okay, I got to remind myself what the answer actually was now because
it began with an FOR.
So you're both guessing Ford. You're both guessing Ford. The Oklahoma City Council. Do you remember me talking about Oklahoma City? They wanted to build the world's or America's tallest skyscraper. We've talked about this a while back. There are plans to build a skyscraper in Oklahoma City at a height of 1,907 feet.
Wow.
Well, in order for the project to go forward, the council in Oklahoma City had to remove some height restrictions, and they have now done that. So the apartment hotel development at 1,907 feet is now going forward in Oklahoma City, and it will be built. You both get points because Ford's the answer.
Yay!
Detroit, Rock City. Ford's new Detroit Tech campus is almost open. The project cost $950 million. Took them 6 years to build. It's on a 30-acre campus, a 1.2 million square foot commercial space surrounding the 18-story converted Michigan Central Station that Ford owns, and now they're opening here shortly. So the score is now 2-1 as Joanne retains her 1-point lead. All right. I think that wraps up everything for the week. Any final thoughts?
Happy Father's.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next week on the show, Shanair Barmore from the Rockford Area Convention and Visitors Bureau, GoRockford.com. He is going to be joining us to talk about all things Rockford summer fun. Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, looking forward to that. And of course, as we always say, you change the world when you help one person. So be a blessing to someone this week. We'll try to do the same every single day. Meet you back here for another In Crowd 815 podcast. Tom, Joanne, have an awesome weekend.
Bye-bye.
Happy Father's Day, Greg.
Thank you, buddy.
In crowd, 815. In crowd.